This is afternoon programming with L. Okay. I didn't know how to intro this shit. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Afternoon Programming Episode 4. It's me, your boy L here, Easy L. And, you know, last week's episode was amazing. I had my girl on there, P the Fairy, of course. And people loved that episode and they were hitting me. But I've been wanting to do an episode with this. This is basically my brother right here. Yeah. It's like, I don't even, it's like, you know, we've been through everything, man, and we've known each other, going on, like, let's see, since 2007?
2007.
Damn, that's like 14 years.
14
Jesus
years.
Christ. Anyway, but he's an amazing DJ, amazing photographer, amazing, really everything, and all around, just everything. But enough of the nice comments and shit. This is my homie, my brother, DJ T Rose.
Oh, thank you, sir. And really, thank you for doing this. You know what I'm saying? Going out and having your own platform, and you know the afternoon music. You, the one with great. I mean,
oh yeah.
Just thank you for having me on here, man. For real.
Already, no, it's no problem, bro. So. As I was talking to you before, man, so there's like a few things that I wanted to just talk to you about. Really, I'm going to hit like just a few random topics just because I be having a lot of thoughts, but then also every now and then, especially with you and everything, like we can almost talk about anything and just this should be amazing. But first of all, this is actually perfect timing because I actually want to go into the music realm real quick with you. Okay. And because of course you're a DJ, not just a DJ, but an artist and shit. Yeah. And of course Donda dropped, right? So this is like we had been waiting I think about a month or something like that for it to drop, and then he said it was gonna drop, and he did like 3 shows, 2 here in Atlanta, and then 1 in Chicago, and then it dropped like at 8 a.m. on like the like
Sunday, right? Sunday morning.
I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, I know I saw through group text, group me, and everything that you were talking to everybody. You fucking with Donda heavy.
Bro, I really like it, bro. I really like it, and I feel conflicted because not everybody feels the same way, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Why?
But once you get past the God talk, I know some people that's not just that, you know, real religious, but once you get past the God talk, man, it's a really great album, man. There was songs because the reason why I think I really liked it. There's certain songs I thought I wouldn't like. So how the song kind of came in, how the beat was, you know, how it went. That one with the Lauryn Hill sample, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be it.
Really?
But as the song goes on,
you were like, okay,
all right, you know what I'm saying? Now I like it. It went from I knew I wasn't gonna like it to no, I actually like it. Like it's actually pretty straight. And I think anytime you have the part 2s of everything that was on the original are dope too. So I was like, and I count those as tracks that I like also. So I can like Jail 1 and Jail Part 2.
Gotcha.
So we combine them, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like 12. It's gotta be at least 15 songs on there that I'm really fucking with.
Exactly. And like I have the track list pulled up right here, and overall it's 27 track list. I kind of don't count the part 2s because like you were saying, it almost feels like it should have went into 1 or something. That's like fine. That.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But 27 overall, if you don't count the part 2s, like Jail Part 2, Okay Part 2, Junior Part 2, Jesus Lord Part 2, then it's 23. Okay. And now I've listened to the album. Now I'm actually like, it started off kind of rough for me a little bit. Okay. I'll tell you why, and maybe you'll be like, I don't know. But so of course, you know, it comes in with the Donda chant. And it's just this woman saying Donda, basically, you know, that's his mom's name. And almost saying it, when she was saying it was interesting because she was saying it like very spiritual, if you know what I'm saying, kind of almost like she was like praying about something. She's like, Donda. It reminded me of some like spiritual people when they, what is that word? When they're like blessing something. It made me think of that a little bit. Almost like he was like, you know, this is for my moms or whatever. Now, Jay-Z, I'm like, okay, that's dope. But the one thing...
hold on. So you took it as that.
Yeah.
I didn't take it as that. I took it because I really looked at it like a chant. So like how people, like if you at a concert, people do different type of chants, you know, like when I say, hey, you say, oh, you know, like the different type of cadences is how she was doing it. Like Donda, Donda. You know what I'm saying? Like Donda.
Gotcha.
Donda.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, I could see that. Now, Jail, that's the one featuring Jay-Z and
Fire.
It was a very fire song. Jay-Z came in and did his thing. But the only thing, man, I didn't like was like, for me, if I had to nitpick at it, was like production. After a while, it kind of just sounded a little repetitive for me, if that makes sense.
It was too open for you, wasn't it?
It was way too open. I almost felt like it made me be like, all right, when them drums coming in, or like when is like, it kind of reminded me of like a really dope idea, because like at first I was like, okay, this is real dope. Jay come in, okay, and I don't know because there's like what's that dude's name? 504, he's on this album a lot.
Fabio, yeah,
Fabio. He's on this album a lot, but on there, and I was like, okay, this is dope, and I loved hearing Kanye like rap and do his thing, but I was like, I just couldn't get over the production because it sounded, I was like, I wanted him to build more on it, but I understand, you know, it was open so that way you could listen, you know, almost that's what it felt like.
And he, when I think that the rollout with being at the stadiums and doing the album listing and him staying in there, I think this is what he's going for. So I think he's more so thinking about this is music for the stadium.
Gotcha. Like that makes sense. Like
it's so open.
Performances.
Yeah, it's so open for a reason that it's like the crowd's gonna be. You can be able to hear the crowd more than you hear the actual music.
Gotcha.
And if you get a fire guitarist on it, he gonna go crazy on it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, Kanye probably just let him rock for like 30 minutes. So you never know.
No, exactly. And then I think God Breathed, like that one a little bit took me a little bit to like, just because of like at first it was me being nitpicky and being like, God breathed. I was like, is that how you say it? God breathed on this beat, but whatever. But it was cool. Off the Grid was dope. After like I got past those three, I was like, okay, I like this. I fuck with this. But I was gonna ask you, do you have any like favorites that stood out to you like right now?
Man, probably the two that everybody's favorite. And it's probably just weird because I liked it, but the Jail was very moving. Like it moved me. Like I feel every time I listen to it, like I don't know. I feel something inside of me. I was like, yo, that's crazy that a song, you know, can move you like that. So in both parts, I mean, for the Baby and Jay-Z. And I think it's also kind of the dynamic between the two, you know, Jay-Z and Kanye, how they feeling. And then also the Baby, what he's going through. So the words kind of cut a little more, you know? And then the other one was the one with the locks. The one with the locks and Jay Electronica. I forgot.
That's Jesus Lord.
Jesus Lord.
Yeah.
Hey, JLX. Well, I think the whole thing was nice. And this is sometimes where Kanye, with me, like I don't like Kanye's one of the type of people that he doesn't have to go and above and beyond on the track with his vocals. I think people will look for him too. And he's like, sometimes it's my song, but I'm not the one that's having the best verse. Like if you're on Mercy, he probably had the weakest verse.
Exactly.
But it fit, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He knew where to find his pocket.
Yeah, find him. So I think that, you know, the early ones is kind of the storytelling. I mean, yeah, it's a little wordy. Yeah, it's a little, but I think the beat kind of absolved him of that. So I mean, yeah, he had a little lower tiered rapping, if you want to say there. But man, when Jay-Elect came in,
yeah, he killed it.
Oh man,
Jay-Elect killed it.
Jay-Elect killed it. And then when the locks came in on the part two.
It was over. It like this like to me, I was thinking about it because I was listening to parts of it again like today and like the day before, and I was like, yo, like there's like amazing moments in this album. Like the one that really some of the songs that I really like was I like Jonah. Jonah's a dope track. What is it? Believe What I Say is a dope track, and that's that track had me laughing because like. Because West Side Gun's on that track, right? Shout out to West, but like it had me dying. His ad libs be killing me sometimes. But that's him. That's who he is. And then like the beat was super dope. And then, but one that I really loved was 24. That's that like gospel sounding one where it sounds like I was like, yo, this shit sound amazing. It's like he went to church for this, and so I really fuck with that one heavy, and it's just like super dope. There was where was it? Or not Believe What I Say. Keep My Spirit Alive is the one with West Side Gun. That's the one that I was talking about. And then there was the one
he talked about with Kim Kardashian. Which one was that one? I like that one just because it was I don't know, just let him be a little vulnerable. Praise Souls, maybe. No.
Pure Souls.
Love. No, not Pure Souls. It was Love. Lord, I need
you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it had a lot of dope songs, a lot of dope music on here. I think, like I said, for me, sometimes though, I kind of wanted more just because he had a lot of tracks that were open. And I almost felt like because they were so open, I'm pretty sure that's what he was going for. But for me, I was like, damn, it felt like it was almost unfinished, in a way.
Yeah, I think, and it could be. It could be. I don't know. I just, he does so much stuff in the media right now. It's kind of hard to know what's true. It's kind of hard to kind of stick on something. But even if I think I would like it both ways. I mean, it's hard to say what kind of drums he'd put in there. But the reason why I feel like he was trying to go for open is if you remember the last his gospel album, there was moments in it where I was like, it's just very open. Like on my favorite song was the one with Pusha T on it, Malice.
Yeah.
And like their whole song, everything the majority of the song, it's open until the very end after Kenny G plays.
Oh,
then he brings the beat in. I'm like, where was that at the beginning of the song, man? Like, bro, what? So. Yeah.
Oof, no, I feel you. There was like one part. Which song was it? I want to say there's a song on here that like the hook was dope, but I almost felt like the hook going from a hook to a verse, they were on two different bounces. Like it almost felt like what the fuck is it? It's like no, not Jesus Lord. No, it's somewhere in here. I had to like listen to it again, or maybe it was okay.
Okay, and not okay.
No, never mind. That wasn't it. It's some other one.
Hey, on the low, that's a Drake diss, bro.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly believe that's a Drake diss. Go back. One, that's a Drake flow. I don't know if you caught it. Caught it. That's a Drake flow. And I think he's just saying like, okay. Drake like, okay. Bro, I'm telling you, just go back and listen to it. That's the diss song. That's gonna be the diss one.
Yeah, that's probably what like the response to what Drake said on that one Trippie Redd song.
44, 45 burnt out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. And then speaking of Drake transitioning, Drake dropped his cover for Certified Lover Boy that's now dropping Friday. And so, for one, what do you think about the cover? Like, did you see the cover?
That's his cover?
That's his cover for the album.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I thought he was just putting it up there just to put it up there.
No, that's the cover.
Oh.
I feel like I think
you know what? I don't think I like it now that I know that. Because I think, come on, man. Well, one, hold on. Let me think about this a little longer here. Hold on.
I almost feel like he might do is like he'll be like that's the cover, but then come Friday he'll drop a different one and it'll be like this is the actual cover. Because I mean it was kind of weird. I almost felt like Apple paid him like, yo, use this.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, is this like an Apple type of thing? But he don't have that.
He don't have any deals like that. Yeah. Not that we know of. And so maybe he secretly signed a little deal with Apple and be like, all right, I'm gonna use some of y'all emojis and put.
And I wouldn't put it past Drake, man. I wouldn't put it past him.
Exactly. And so then I wanted to ask you, I'm pretty sure, I mean, in the rest of the week, I'm going to be listening to Donda over and over just to really try to sit with it. And then LoverBoy, Certified Lover Boy comes out Friday. Now, are you excited for Certified Lover Boy at all?
Excited? No. I'd say this though. I'm not a huge like R&B fan. Like I think I was when I was like growing up. Mm-hmm. The older I got, the more R&B became like a mood for me. Mm-hmm. And I've told my homeboys is I have to be in the mode, like in a certain mood to hear R&B. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like
I got you.
Some people can listen to R&B while they clean. I got to listen to gangster music while I clean. I got to get excited about cleaning because I really don't want to do that shit.
I feel that.
So it's like, if it's a chill night, mm-hmm. like ain't much going on. I'm just like watching TV, lights low with a drink. I listen to some R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like it calms me down. It's a very, very calm mood. But I think that's like normally not me. So I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to it.
I got you. I think for me, it's kind of like I was saying this on. I was talking to JRB and my homie about it. JRB. Shout out to JRB Jetty. We were talking about like on our Not Out Here podcast. We were talking about because at the time we didn't know Donda was going to drop, and we were waiting for, they were saying that they're going to drop at the same time to kind of bring back Kanye versus like a 50 Cent type of thing,
Yep.
And so, but didn't happen. And so I think right now, I think Drake, like Certified Lover Boy, I think it'll be a Drake album. Like, I don't have any expectations for it to be any different than what I would expect a Kanye West album to be. And so, because every now and then you got to think about it, like before this album dropped with Donda, I was like, I think it's going to be somewhere between a mixture of Life of Pablo with Jesus is King. And that's what it's going to sound like. But then, like, I was like, but at the same time, I was more excited to hear what
that would sound like. Exactly,
because I would be more interested to hearing what Kanye does versus what Drake does, if that makes sense.
And Drake's, we talked about this, and I love Drake, man. Shout out to Drake, but his last album just wasn't it. You know what I mean?
Scorpion.
Yeah, it wasn't it, and I think that kind of like hindered me wanting to get excited about it because I think he went a real R&B route.
Yeah.
At least I kind of how I felt. And I was like, man, it's kind of all over the place. I feel like you kind of went all over the place. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. He'd have to really, I don't know. He's one of the only artists that when he drops, he's kind of like Kendrick. Every time he drops, it's a new vibe. It's a new thing or something like he's taking to a new direction that's opening up the doors for either some more different type of artists, other artists, or just a whole different lane of how to make music. So this might be one of those. We don't have any features that are on it yet. We haven't seen that yet.
No, there's been like no promo. The only thing that I can think of was when it initially first started, and he dropped "Laugh Now, Cry Later," song with Lil Durk. So I mean, we know I think that's gonna be on the album. I don't know if he dropped any other music besides that or besides this cover, the album cover he just dropped. Other than that, there's no promo. But I'm expecting that maybe like if not today or sometime this week we'll get more. Because it's kind of weird for him to be like, okay, album's dropping Friday, but then he doesn't drop anything else, But I mean, I could see that happening too, just because it's so close.
How did Scorpion roll out? He had a lot of singles on Scorpion. Never mind.
He had a lot. He had probably his biggest song.
The Shiggy Challenge song.
The Shiggy Challenge. Isn't it God's Plan? No, not God's Plan.
No. Was God's Plan on there? No,
I think so. Wasn't it? Hold on. I have to
pull it up, man. Man.
Hold on, because I have to pull this up now. Drake. Let me see. All right, I'm pulling up Scorpion. Yep, God's Plan was on there.
Oh shit. Okay, damn.
So that was like his biggest song. I think that's his biggest song ever.
And the other one, the Nice for What?
Nice for What? Exactly.
Nice for What?
Okay, I remember that now.
Oh no, and the other one is that's the one I play all the time. I can't think of the name of the song. It's the Shiggy Challenge song. Kiki.
What the fuck is that? It's not. Hold on. I'm reading off the songs here. Let me see. Survival, Nonstop, Elevate, Emotionless, God's Plan, I'm Upset. I'm Upset
came out. Yeah.
8 out of 10. Mob Ties. Some of these titles I can't remember even hearing the song. Can't Take a Joke. That's a song on there. I don't even know.
We don't know the album. We don't know that song. What?
Is it Finesse? No.
Yeah.
Or In My Feelings or something like that.
In My Feelings.
Was it In My Feelings?
In My Feelings. Yep.
Okay.
That's what it is.
But yeah, like the only thing I think. But look, I'll say this because also I'm giving him a little bit of benefit of doubt because you remember this was supposed to drop in January, or January, February.
Was it January? I thought it was December, November.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm. The first initial date, I think it was like November or December. Because I know. Did you see what Ebro said?
I didn't see that.
Man, let me see if I can pull it up, man. Let me see if I can pull it up. If this is true, this is a smart...
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the 9-month thing?
Yeah.
See what... 9 months.
That's pretty dope.
No, that's a dope idea. I almost feel like that might be just
internet theory.
Just unintentionally. Like he was like, oh wait, it's been 9 months. Let's put that in. But I can see that.
Well, he said that his date was like solidified. He kind of did a Kanye before Kanye.
Okay.
But Kanye kind of like he kind of just came quick. You know, it's like, hey, my album's dropping here, and then it didn't.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Ebro said Drake is, according to the internets, Drake is dropping Certified Lover Boy, an album about love, baby making, 9 months after the expected release date, which is 9 months is a full-term pregnancy on Labor Day weekend, which is why there are pregnant emojis on the cover. Oh, I guess I could have read that. No, that was the cover.
Didn't
read it that much.
I mean, that's interesting. That's smart. But to sort of like wrap it all up, I don't know what to expect, because it's like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be, but at the same time, I'm speaking. I grew up. I mean, we both grew up like listening to Kanye, and so I'm a big fan of Kanye just because.
Yeah, he was first.
He was first, and his music hit me at a time when my life was changing. You know, we were getting out of high school, going into college, and so
we was in college.
Exactly, we were in college when it was happening.
Going into college, and I think he dropped one when we left.
I think so.
My Daughter's a Fantasy. That was on the back end, right? That was about
2010.
Yeah, around there.
So then I want to ask you this question to sort of close out this little section of the music section. So after listening to Donda, you don't have to give an answer if you don't know where would you put this among his albums? Like as far as where at, you know, in the middle, towards the top a little bit, at the bottom? Or do you think you...
I mean, are we including him in the Kid Cudi album? Sure.
Let's say, yeah, Kids See Ghosts is in there. And Watch the Throne. Just to throw that in there.
Ooh. See, when you throw all these other ones in there, it goes to the bottom.
Okay.
And I say the bottom, not like at the very bottom. So if you go from the bottom up, I mean, we're probably looking at Kids See Ghosts. I didn't like that one that great. The Ye, is it Ye?
Yeezus?
No. Ye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the one he dropped whenever everybody else dropped.
Gotcha, yeah.
He did his own, yeah. You remember that one. You like that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be next. And then I'd have to probably put Donda because Pablo's better than this album. My Dark Twisted Fantasy is better than this album. All his first 4 albums are better than this album.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and then Watch the Throne's better than this album.
Okay, so, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I mean, naturally, it's gonna go. I mean, it's just, but saying that those albums are better doesn't mean. I mean, it kind of speaks to his greatness. It's like, yeah, but this
exactly
is a good album, and it's still kind of at the bottom of your best album. You know, your better albums.
No, I get that. I'm kind of like the same way. I do want to listen to it more, but just because there are certain moments I'm like, damn, like this is, you almost get glimpses of like, you know, just greatness, I like to say. And he has moments where I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing. Like you just listen to it. And so, but I would put it a little bit, maybe like right below the middle. Like it's down there, but at the same time.
And I think that's where mine is. But when you add all the albums up, you know, you start numbering them out. Let's say there's probably 15 albums.
Yeah.
This is probably number like 11, 12.
Exactly.
You know? So it turns out to be on the back half.
Exactly. But it doesn't mean like you were saying that it's just bad. It's just like compared to everything else, you're like all this other great shit you did.
Speaks to your greatness.
Exactly. Yeah. So now the last question. Do you think, because Donda's number 1 on like iTunes and it's been streamed over, I think 100 million times already, and that's just within these last few days. Do you think Drake will beat those numbers, or do you think Kanye will beat those numbers still?
Are you trying to ask me who's going to have the better first week?
Yeah, let's say that.
Oh, Drake will have the better first week.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not nothing against Kanye. It's more so that Kanye, actually, what's crazy, Kanye does other stuff. The other stuff he does is better than what he does music. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like Drake kind of I don't think Drake does anything better than what he does music.
Gotcha.
Like he can be an ambassador of a team, he can be on Saturday Night Live, all that stuff is great. You do a good job, you're good at it, but you're really good at this music shit. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye's like, nigga, he does that fashion, man. That Yeezy's gonna bro. Kanye's I think that's what he really wants to do. It's kind of like how I think Jay-Z always wanted to be like the best businessman. Just music happened to get him there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's why he don't really do music like that anymore, because he ain't got to. Because what he really wants to do is business. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Same thing with Kanye. I think Kanye always really wanted to do expressive art, but I think fashion was more of what he wanted to do than music. These people just happen to be really, really good at it, you know?
And then that's what got him there.
Yeah.
And
I think it's, you know, it's a little polarized. Just talking about God, some people are not gonna listen to it just because it's Kanye. You know, he still got some smut on his name with the, you know, the red hat, you know, Trump endorsement. Some folks just are gonna hate just naturally. They're gonna not listen, you know. But Drake, he ain't got nothing like that. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing working against Drake. If anything, everything's working in his favor. The people that are not listening to Drake or Kanye will be like, "No, I'm gonna listen to Drake twice as hard so he can win." So you know.
I get that. That makes a lot of sense because Drake seems more like music is his thing, or that's what it seems like versus Kanye, where I think Kanye does enjoy making music. Don't get me wrong, but I think he loves fashion more than anything.
Yeah, he's better. He's better at being the icon in fashion than he is actually being an icon in music. Because he just kind of outgrew it. You know what I mean? In a sense. And you got to think about it, bro. Who hates Drake?
Pusha T.
Not really.
Pusha T.
Not many people just really like hate Drake as a whole. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Ask that about Kanye, boy, he gonna get so many people.
Yeah, and Kanye, like you said, he's very polarizing because he does all these other things, whereas Drake kind of just like, hey, I'm working on music. And then you kind of don't know about anything else about his life or what he believes in or anything like that, you know. He ain't managing nobody like Jay's. Like he ain't doing sports management. He has shoes. We don't have his own shoe, you know. Yeah,
he had collabs. All of his stuff is collabs. It's collabs. He collabs with the Toronto Raptors. He's got his own jet. I mean, what else does Drake do? His label ain't really nothing to talk about, really. Not to me. Gotcha. I mean, who's on Drake's label? Look, I don't even know. I think Skepta's the only one, and he was dating.
Skepta's on there?
I think. One of them British London rappers is on there.
I totally forgot Drake had a label.
see, so it's not even like your artist ain't even that popular. I remember a time when T.I.'s artist was like the best thing, you know, jumping out, and so you know, it's more about Drake. It's just like, bro, and what he does best is make music. He hasn't transitioned to that next thing yet to really, you know, put his eggs in that basket yet. He tried to do it with some with Cologne. He had the Drake on Noir, but you don't. I don't see, but he don't push it that hard. He don't push nothing as hard as he does his music. Yeah,
I get that. That makes a lot of sense. Well, we'll see. I kind of feel like he might. Man, I feel like in the next few days we'll probably see some more stuff for Certified Lover Boy, and then we'll see how that goes. But man, it's just like I think Kanye did himself a favor by like. I almost feel like some of these leaks, you know how some songs leaked beforehand. He was like, "Hey, put these out," and then because what I would notice is that a lot of people like I see his music on TikTok all the time. People using his music and stuff. So you know, he's like, "Let me get these younger generations to sort of like get in here that fuck with the music," and then I think he had a lot of like good stuff going for him before even going and dropping the album.
Interesting.
Just because like I said, nobody said anything about Certified Lover Boy leaking at all, you know, but at the same time, maybe Drake's at a place where he doesn't have to do that. You know, he's like, well, no, people just gonna fuck with the music.
And when you start talking about leaks, I mean, who's really leaking music nowadays? Like, especially with these big stars. Do you remember when the music was leaking? I don't know if you remember this story. You remember when Watch the Throne was coming out and none of the songs leaked? It dropped around the same time where like people was just like stuff was getting leaked out like crazy, right?
Yeah, I remember because they had it like on one or two hard drives.
They had it on one flash drive and they kept it in his buckle in his belt. In his belt. So it's like whenever they go in, they do the session and they look at. I guess they had their own engineers. I don't know how they had to do it, but as soon as that stuff was done, they put that right back in their belt. And could nobody leak it? So I don't know. I think sometimes nowadays leaking, everything is kind of a rollout nowadays, man. You kind of have to look at it that way. Oh, what's up? What's up with what's his name back there?
Oh, Hawk.
Hey,
she's just chilling back there. She's waiting on her moms to come back. But I get that. But anyway, so I wanted to move on to enough music, but like
we could do that all day.
We could do that all day. But now I had these random two thoughts, and this is where we'll go to see what you think about this.
All right.
Just stuff that happened to me recently. It's real interesting because
You didn't shit on yourself, did you?
not recently. No. No, I had these weird thoughts. So, where I live here in Atlanta, we have like grocery stores near us and stuff. And, with everything that's going on crazy, COVID, and then like people trying to make ends meet and survive. Right.
Right.
And so there's this Kroger that I go to, and like it's like near where I stay, like maybe like 20 minutes from where I stay. That's near, but whatever. And,
I guess my Kroger's about 20 minutes too. So
it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. It's not too far.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll go there from the time to time, man. And like one day I was going in there, and like there was literally like 2 registers open. That's it. And there was like nothing but the self-checkout ones.
Yep.
And I remember I was just chilling, and I was like, okay, I just had to get a few things. Let me go in the self-checkout. And bro, I kid you not, the line went from the self-checkout all the way back to the meat section. Like it was like to the back of the building. Wow. It was so long. And like nobody wanted to go in like that line. And then also the lines that had the cashiers, they were like stretched back.
Right.
It was so many people shopping, right? So I'm just like, all right, whatever, it is what it is. I go in the line, let me take my place or whatever, and I'm chilling. And then everybody's just like, you hear the same thing. People walking by, damn, this long line, this long line is long as hell.
Give it a Kevin Hart damn.
Exactly. Damn. And people are like, all right, whatever. And then there was this one dude who he went and he was like, what's going on? And he went to the back of the line, and he got like maybe 1 or 2 people behind me, but I could hear him because he was a little bit loud. And he wasn't yelling at nobody or anything, but he was just like, see, nobody wants to work out here. Nobody wants to get a job and do these things or whatever. And I remember hearing him say that. I started to think about things about what's going on. And I was just like, I don't know if maybe people don't want to work, but maybe here at the Kroger, they're not going to pay them enough to want to come and work and type of thing, which brings a question that I guess maybe I can ask you, where it goes, can you blame people for not wanting to work at a low paying job? Or like in that situation where he was like frustrated, he's like, man, nobody wants to work or whatever. Cause me, I was just like, well, it is what it is. There's a lot of people here. I mean, things like this are going to happen versus like, I don't know any store that's got like all registers open all the time, but it's just interesting how his first reaction was like, nobody want to work. And I was like, I don't know if it's that per se, but maybe just to find people who want to work. I mean, people they got to make a living, or they're going to find somewhere else better that's going to pay them more type of thing.
So I've been trying to figure this out a little bit for a while. And I say for a while, I think this has to do with unemployment. It has to do with the pandemic. Well, actually, it's 2 separate things. Kroger specifically doesn't have to do with the pandemic. They were doing this way before the pandemic. That is a business decision made by Kroger to automate the process of checking out, basically. So if they cannot pay a person doesn't get sick. Persons get sick. Persons, they have all kind of issues and things. You have to have a manager manage that person. If I can have one person work on these machines, or as one goes down, we just close it and someone comes in and fixes it. And if they get smarter, they can, we know they're going to break down before they break. And then, we can automate that. It's more cash flow.
Exactly.
So that's a business decision. The other thing about people not wanting to work is I think that American society is set up for production. Yep, I know, Hawk. I don't like American society production either. I know, me too, man. So like we're one of the biggest, we're one of the greatest product producing countries in the world. Yeah. It doesn't mean we're the richest. That just means that we work too much. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly.
So a lot of people are literally overworked. So the society the standards don't really match the work of production. We're more stressed out. That's why we have a lot more people, more shootings and stuff like that than any other country. So I think it's not that people don't want to work. I think that the conditions are conditioning them to, when they were able to take a break and still get paid, then they found out like, okay, well, why do I have to go back to work? If I get $100 less to not work, why would I go back?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I go back?
It's not as appealing.
It's not as appealing because the whole thing, if you get rich, most people get rich to not work.
Yeah.
They want to be like, I want to not. So if that's the goal and I'm not rich, but I'm getting, let's just, just call it $100, $200 less. I can change my life up $100, $200 less and
have peace of mind and like not be mentally stressed or anything.
Exactly.
Like
and you're mad because you have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, it's an American society issue more than it is just an individual issue. I think when you fix that, then, you fix, everything else kind of falls into place.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that makes a lot of sense. And I mean, I feel that I'm not mad at people who don't want to work there or don't want to do that just because it is stressful, man, with the I guess you could call it the American, the culture, work culture, I should say, is like overworking. And
capitalist culture.
Thank you. Yeah, capitalist culture where people are like, you got to make as much money as you can so that way you can relax. But then like the amount of stress you put on your brain, your body, your emotions and stuff like that, it almost like it's not worth it almost. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, I
only do it because we have to do it.
Exactly. That's the only reason. And so it's real interesting because I had that and I was just thinking, for me, my first thought, I was like, man, shut up. Whatever. It's a line, whatever.
Right.
Eventually, maybe one day we won't have people working. It'll just be robots and we'll figure out something else, That's the goal, The goal is to get out of wherever you're at and like get to something better. Or at least that's what I think the goal is. Yeah. And it's just real interesting because I had that thought and I was like, well, I mean, I can't blame somebody who don't want to come work at this stressful job. And then seeing the people who are working, how stressed they are, I'm pretty sure people would be like, yeah, that ain't for me. Like, right. I'm just going to chill at the crib, chill here. And then it's just also too, it's just like we're living in a time where, bro, you could literally almost do anything and create a hustle out of it. And like you create a living for yourself, like working for yourself, Yeah. Now more than ever with like social media of how you can just push like and promote your business. And just like you can do your own marketing through Facebook ads and everything like that. You could literally become like a business that's successful and thrives. You know,
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur.
But see, the thing about entrepreneurship is this, and what I don't mind entrepreneurship. I think it's great. But the thing about this is how I look at it. You should push both. Yeah. You should push entrepreneurship and you should push, non-entrepreneurship. I don't know what that looks like.
Just working a job. Just
working a job. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing wrong with that. I think people, they be like, nah, man, I want an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A girl that got her own and do her own stuff. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But she got to have workers, right? And if her workers just up and be like, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur too. What's going to happen to her entrepreneurship? Now you're going to be stuck with all these dresses and you can't sell them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think both are naturally important. I think, even on a political sense, I mean, that's kind of where they, at least for labor, that's kind of where they both, Republicans and Democrats, lies. Like Republicans are like, no, everybody can be an entrepreneur. You're only broke because you choose to be. Yeah. And then the Democrats are like, no, sometimes just society just doesn't give a fuck about people and they need help. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I think there should be a healthy mix of both. Yeah, some people definitely need help and some people definitely need to, go out and get it, Yeah. No, definitely. I agree 100%. There should be a balance of both because like you said, sometimes like one thing ain't meant for somebody and it's like, you have to have all this variety of options, and so because I mean you remember like back in the day, I remember growing up and like my mom wanted me to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, because those were deemed like successful and stuff like that. But shit, I went to college trying to be a pharmacist. You remember that? My first three, boy, I had 3 Fs. I ain't never had an F, bro. I did good in chemistry. I was like, I'm gonna be a pharmacist. I mean, ain't that many black pharmacists. I was talking like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be a pharmacist. Man, I got them Fs. I was like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
No, exactly. People have to like find their thing, or wherever they want to go, and so that's interesting. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, because I had this thought today, and this actually is just something short that I was just thinking, because like, and people have talked about this before, but time, right? Time, the idea of time, like when you're younger, it kind of feels like it goes really slow. You think it goes slow, and a lot of stuff kind of feels like it takes forever to happen, like you're waiting to get to a certain point in life. But then as you get older, time kind of feels like it's running away from you, like it's fleeting. It's just like 1 minute, it's like 8 a.m. Next thing you know, it's midnight, and you're like, oh shit, like where'd the time go? Or at least that's what it feels like for me. And so do you kind of feel like, let me ask you, for where you're at in life right now, do you feel like time at all, does it feel like it's like not escaping from you, but necessarily like it's going faster than when you were younger? Does that make sense?
A little bit. I think when I really look at it, I mean, it's probably going the same speed. Like, I don't think it's going faster. Mm-hmm. To me, I equate it to what am I doing in life, and to me, when I'm doing when I'm doing more stuff in life, it goes faster. Yeah. So, and then I think when I'm not, and it's kind of like how I feel like during my day too. Like if there's a day where I'm not doing a whole lot, to me, the day goes by really slow. Okay. Very slow. But if I have like 2 or 3 things to do, like if I have to work and then go pick up my daughter and then go here and go to grocery shopping, like the day's gone. Like I don't even think about the actual day. I just think about what am I gonna do tomorrow, you know? And so I plan out my weeks. Like I try to plan stuff as much as possible. Not really so they can be Trump, you know what I'm saying? So like they can be like, hey, I know plans don't go through like they should, but if I got something to do, then I want to at least mark that on because I am busy. I want to make sure that I give that time. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So if all my plans were to fall out in the next 2 weeks, I think my next 2 weeks will go by slower than what it did if it is right now. No,
definitely. Because then you don't have anything to fill up that time with. I get that. It's because like I think I was like today I was thinking of like, okay, what I usually try to do is I try to think of goals that I'm trying to go for. Like one of the things was edit this little video that I'm doing for the sample pack that I just dropped, and I'm like, okay, let me do that.
Shout out to Champagne Collection too.
Yep, Champagne Collection #2. Go cop that. But I was like, okay, once I do the video, then after that, now I got to think of marketing. Okay, I got to create some ads for it, put it up. How much money do I want to spend on these, and put that out there and push it. Okay, cool. And then I'm thinking about, all right, besides that, okay, let me go. Do I have any? What's it called? Some videos or podcasts to edit for clients that I have. And I'm like, okay, now I got to go do that. And I got to do all these things. And sometimes what I've realized even now talking to you about it is like, it's finding a balance between all that. Cause like, I think when your days are busy, time just like, it's like going by quick. It's just
already
like,
everything. That's what I'm saying. You don't even think about it no more because that's already gone.
Exactly.
If you have 2 days that are booked up, you don't even think about what time it is in those 2 days.
Exactly.
The only time you think about what time it is when's the next thing you're going to do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so I say that. And then 2, what I've realized recently is that I have to kind of I'm still finding it, but I think I'm almost there. It's like finding a balance between having something to do and having nothing to do. Because sometimes you need that relaxation when I say that. Because it can be a lot on your mental when you're like, damn, you almost feel like you're not getting a break anywhere. You're like, okay, I got these things to do. Okay, I also got to find time to eat. I got to find time to spend time with my partner. I got to find time to do something that I really enjoy doing, or find something that I've been wanting to do and that I've been putting off, or going to the gym. And so I had that feeling today where I was just like, I think I'm doing too much. Because I was like, I had that moment where I was like, oh, I got a lot of shit to do, or at least I'm putting, or what I'm doing is putting a lot of stuff on my plate when I can be like, you know what, let me just tackle this today. Let me tackle these 2 things today. And then tomorrow I'll put the next thing tomorrow, and so on and so forth. Because now that you say that, it makes sense. Because when you're kids, it's kind of like your world is whatever, your house or your friends or just whatever, the neighborhood that you're in. And when you don't have anything going on, you just like, God damn, this day going by slow as hell.
Just going by super slow. You ain't doing nothing. You play outside, play some basketball, and then you'll get hungry and go in and eat. But after you eat, it's like, I ain't got nothing else to play the game or something, So
exactly,
like it's taking forever. Or them days whenever we used to play video games at like till 5 a.m.
Man.
Them days, it would just felt like we could just play forever because we had nothing else to do. We didn't have to, do something else.
No, that makes a lot of sense, and so it's just interesting to me because, like, yeah, sometimes it's okay for anybody who's listening. It's like it's okay to take a break. I want to say that because, like, I love taking breaks, but then finding a balance of not taking too many breaks, so you're like, I don't want to do shit. But yeah, I was just having that thought just because I was like, I think these past 2 weeks have been real crazy for me, and I was like, I was doing this, going from one project to another, to another, to another, to another, and then finally sitting down and then being like, just spent, just like I had no energy or nothing left for anything, and I was like, but I still got shit to do, Right. And so,
no, it's good to take breaks. I'm very big on being self-aware, so I always tell people like, hey, know yourself, man. Like the best thing to do is to get to know yourself, love yourself, and know yourself. Know what you need. Know what. When you start feeling a certain way, self-analyze and figure things out and do everything in a positive way. You know what I mean? So if you feel like you're doing too much, sit down, relax. If that's listening to music, kicking your feet up, watching a movie by yourself, make sure you have your by yourself time. Turn your phone off or, do what it is for your self-care, because you can't be the best self. You can't be you without being the best you.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. Perfect way to end the podcast episode 4. I think that's like the perfect way. Before we go, T, did you want to promo any social or anything that you got going on to everybody out there?
Man, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm probably most active on Instagram. I got my personal page on the Cool. That's ONTHACOOL on the Cool. I'm DJing from CAETXENT. That's also on Instagram. So anybody in the DFW area, I also go back and do some stuff in Little Rock. Feel free to hit me up. I hope everybody has a good Labor Day.
Damn, I didn't even realize that was coming up.
Yeah, Labor Day like right around the corner. So everybody be safe, drink responsibly, and support my boy L, man.
Hey. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it already. Well, yeah, make sure you go follow him, book him for a gig if you need a DJ or just really anything. Just book him, because I've known Tears, like I said, what did we say, 14?
14 years, man.
14 years? God damn, bro.
Years,
that's
man.
A teenager. No.
Yeah, I was 18, just turned 18.
Yeah, well, that's so dope.
Kind of in the fall.
But yeah, make sure you follow him on Instagram. Book them for your next gig, for a party, event, whatever it be. And then appreciate everybody listening to the podcast. I'll be back next Wednesday, because that's when they drop. And you're going to see more of my face, just because I was just like, man, fuck it. Let me just start recording myself and doing these things, versus you only listening to me. Now you get to see who I am and shit, whatever, if you don't already. But until next time, wherever you're listening, whether it be Spotify, make sure you follow me. Apple Podcasts, make sure you rate and review. Really helps reach out new listeners. And until then, man, I'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you, T.
No problem.
All right. Peace.